On July 20, 1969, Neil Armstrong stepped onto the moon and changed history. But what if that call had never come? What if Apollo 11 had failed and the astronauts were lost in the void? In our timeline, Apollo 11 landed safely. 600 million people watched Armstrong step onto the lunar surface. But the landing was risky. The computer was overloaded. Fuel was low. One wrong move and the lunar module would have crashed, or worse, been stranded in orbit around the moon. In this timeline, the alarm is worse than expected. The landing radar fails. Neil Armstrong cannot find a safe spot. With fuel nearly gone, he makes a desperate choice to abort. The ascent engine fires. The lunar module rises, but the orbit is unstable. Communication is lost somewhere above the moon. The astronauts do not come home. The world watches as NASA admits the mission has failed. President Nixon addresses a grieving nation from the Oval Office. 3 American heroes are buried in space, the first humans to die beyond Earth. The mood shifts from triumph to tragedy overnight. Congress demands answers. Investigations follow. Some call for NASA to be shut down. The Apollo program survives barely, but its budget is slashed. Apollo 12 still flies, but public support is gone. The space race ends not with a parade, but with a funeral and a question. Was it worth it? The Soviet Union claims victory in the space race. Even though they never land on the moon either, they point to American failure as proof that capitalism cannot conquer space. Soviet propaganda spreads across the Third World. The Cold War takes on a new symbol, and America is on the losing side. Without the triumph of Apollo, political will for ambitious space projects collapses. The space shuttle is canceled or delayed. There is no push for a space station, no dreams of Mars by the 1980s. NASA becomes a smaller agency, focused on satellites and robots. Human spaceflight slows to a crawl. Apollo drove innovation. Integrated circuits, fuel cells, lightweight materials, and medical monitors all advanced because of the moonshot. Without that pressure, these technologies develop more slowly. The personal computer revolution still happens, but perhaps a few years later. The world is subtly behind. The moon landing gave Americans a shared sense of possibility. It said that any problem could be solved with science, courage, and teamwork. Without it, the 1970s feel bleaker. Watergate, Vietnam, and recession hit harder. The country loses a source of collective pride at the worst possible moment. With governments retreating from space, private companies step in earlier. Visionaries like Wernher von Braun and later entrepreneurs push for commercial spaceflight. By the 1990s, wealthy tourists might orbit Earth. But space remains a playground for the rich, not a shared human frontier. In 2026, humans have not returned to the moon. There are no footprints in the lunar dust from any nation. Mars is still a distant dream. Satellites and probes still explore, but the human spirit of exploration is dimmer. The night sky is a place of telescopes, not travelers. Apollo 11 was dangerous, expensive, and almost failed. But its success proved that humanity could do impossible things. Without that proof, the world is more cautious, more divided, and less ambitious. Sometimes a single success changes what we believe is possible. The moon landing was never just about the moon. It was about what humans can do when they aim at something impossible. Imagining it fail reminds us how fragile that moment was, and how much we owe to the astronauts, engineers, and dreamers who made it real. The next giant leap depends on remembering why we take them.